Another day, another teaser for Season 4, and I know this one's short, they only put it up on Twitter, but there is some information that we can get about Season 4 just from this teaser alone, and then on top of that, there is a bunch of new leaks revolving around Season 4, talking about the weapons that are coming, specifically talking about even some of the attachments that are going to be on these weapons, on top of that, maps, operators, pretty much everything in between. We have leaks on pretty much all of Season 4 that we are going to be going over throughout this video. But first, what we need to do is actually go ahead and look at this teaser because, like I said, there's a couple things you probably didn't notice about this teaser. So first things first, have a look at the background and look at where Price, Gaz, and the doggo are standing, and you can very clearly see that they are standing outside one of the little bunkers that is in military base. Now, that's not really important, but what is important is what's behind them. Because they're standing at military base, we know that off in the distance is none other than Bunker 11. Now, before it zooms in on the character, it specifically zooms out of a bunch of smoke coming from that direction. Specifically, smoke coming from Bunker number 11. Now, what do we know about Bunker 11? We know that Bunker 11 is currently where the nukes are being stored on the Warzone map. So is this going to have something to do with what is going on during Season 4? It appears that though that is actually what is going on here. Now, there's also another really tiny detail of this trailer that you may have missed. To see this, you have to zoom in on the airplane in the background and pay attention to what is dropping out of the back. It is really difficult to see, but what you see is one solo person dropping out of the airplane, followed by two people together dropping out of the airplane. And what this symbolizes to me is duos finally coming to Warzone and Battle Royale. This is something that people have wanted for a very long time, and it appears as though it is going to finally be coming, because they did this kind of reveal with quads in the last season at the beginning of Season 3. So that's pretty much all we can get out of the trailer. Now, what we're going to be looking at for the rest of the video is the leaks, and there are a lot of leaks that we have to go over. But before we do, I just wanted to let you guys know that tonight's live stream is going to be a little late. It's going to be starting around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it will be an open lobby. So if you guys want to play some Warzone games or play some multiplayer games with me, best way to do so, check out that live stream, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and hopefully I see you guys there tonight. Like I said, first link down below. So first things first, the amount of leaks we have for Season 4 are insane, much more than we have ever seen before for any previous season, and I'm getting these links from a Reddit article, and as always, the link to that article will be down in the description, and I'm not going to put everything from that article in, because this literally reads like a short Harry Potter novel, how long it is. So if you want to check out everything that's coming in Season 4, click that link down in the description, but I am just going to be covering the big things. So starting off with a couple of things that we talked about yesterday, the two weapons that are going to be in the battle pass. The first one, as we talked about yesterday, the one we see Captain Price holding is a version of the Galil called the IWI Ace Galil, which is kind of a combination between an AK-47 and a Galil. But we've also learned about through the leaks is a bunch of the attachments that the Galil is going to have, and some of them are pretty damn cool. So let's go over all of the attachments that we currently know are going to be on this Galil. So starting off with the barrels, we first have two different short barrels. The first one's the FSS 8.3 Intruder. This is a short compact barrel that sacrifices accuracy and range for speed and agility. Excels at CQB and room clearing. So basically, if you're trying to make this kind of Galil into a shorter range, almost SMG type weapon. Also, the light barrel FSS 11.8. This one does not have a description yet. Moving on to the long barrels, you have the XRK Equinox S440. This one's description is achieve the pinnacle of range with this precision barrel from XRK with superior muzzle velocity and stabilization at the cost of agility. Essentially, that's going to be the barrel that you're going to want to use in Warzone. So after this, you have your normal stocks for assault rifles. First of all, skeleton stock, light stock, heavy stock, the normal things that you have on these weapons in this game. But where it gets interesting is when we get into the ammo on this weapon. First of all, you can use 45 round mags, which are basically just extended mags. We've seen these on weapons before. But the interesting mag is the M67 10R mags. This is a 10 round of 7.62 M67 ammunition designed to increase muzzle velocity, improve accuracy, and superior damage. Also, when you use this ammo, the weapon defaults to semi-automatic. So this is kind of like SOCOM rounds for the M4, where you only have a 10 round magazine, but it deals a lot more damage. I'm really interested to see how this ammunition does in Warzone. This could be literally game-changing if it's as good as I think it's going to be. So the second weapon that we know is coming in the Battle Pass is known as the Vector. We know this because, once again, it's in the promotional material from yesterday. You can see Gaz or Kyle Garrick holding it. Now, once again, we have a list of a bunch of attachments that are coming to this weapon, some of which are just your normal attachments like the various different barrels and suppressors that you're seeing here, but then we get into some interesting stuff. So first of all, there is a huge suppressor called the ZLR Saber, and this one is basically like the Colossus suppressor that you see on the Odin, basically like a giant ass monolithic suppressor. Also, there is different types of magazines. So first of all, you have the 40 round drum magazine, which oddly holds 45 rounds of .41 APC ammo, which is just basically an extended mag for the weapon. However, there's a different magazine called the .45 hollow point 12R mags. Now, this gun mod is for lightweight single stack 12 round magazine, comes equipped with 2 round burst fire mode and .45 ACP hollow point ammunition to ensure that your shot counts. So basically, it makes this thing a 2 round burst, and on top of that, it's going to deal more damage. And we've seen a couple of SMGs that were burst SMGs in the past, but it's interesting to see this on a Vector. So there are 2 other weapons that are being added as well. We don't know whether they're going to be mid-season 4 or beginning season 5. The first of which is a sniper rifle called the XM109. We are also going to be calling this the Rytech AMR in-game. So this one is closest to a Barrett 50 cal, and it's about time we get a new sniper in the game, because as of right now, there's basically only 3. The other one is actually a bit more of a surprise. It's actually an AN94, which are normally actually in Black Ops games, kind of similar to the Galil actually, but this one has much less in the game files, so I'm kind of leaning more towards the AN94 coming more towards Season 5, or at least late in Season 4. So after this, we move into the maps, which we also got a little bit more information about. First of all, the 2 that I'm pretty confident are coming within Season 4 are, first of all, Scrapyard. This was actually in the promotional material from yesterday, and this is, of course, a remake of the map from Modern Warfare 2. It's already in Boneyard, and it's already in the Warzone map, so no surprise here whatsoever. The second is Broadcast, of course, from Call of Duty 4. Once again, this is another one that is already in the Warzone map, so pretty easy for them to bring it over to multiplayer. The next one's a little bit more interesting. It's called Oil Rig, and this one apparently is offshore from Modern Warfare 3. Now, I don't think this is one of the most popular Modern Warfare maps ever, but it's definitely interesting to see them bring a map like this back. Now, as far as the other 2, we have Garden and Harbor. As far as those 2 go, I have no idea what they are, whether they're going to be ground war maps or just normal 6v6 maps, but those are all the rumored maps as of right now. Then we have the gunfight maps that are in the files, which include Drainage, Train, Trench, and then finally Townhouse. As far as those go, we don't really know what those maps are going to be, but we do know that Townhouse is most likely going to be Clean House from the campaign, which in my opinion is going to be a really, really cool map. As far as operators go, the 2 that we know are coming in Season 4, first of all, are Kyle Garrick, and on top of that, Captain Price. Now, there is also a 3rd new character in that teaser that we got today on the left-hand side. We don't know who this character is as of right now, but there are plenty of names in the game already for operators. But the most interesting of those names is Woods. Now, we know that this isn't Woods that we're seeing on screen here, but Woods could be Sergeant Frank Woods from the Black Ops series as almost like a teaser to the next Treyarch game coming out, which is rumored to be Black Ops Cold War. So that would kind of make sense, especially because we know Captain Price was already in Blackout in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So this would kind of be a turning of the tables to put Woods into Modern Warfare's Warzone, which could be, like I said, a teaser for the next game. And then the final thing is some new game modes for Warzone. The 3 that I noticed most were, first of all, a new mode that's called Juggernaut, and basically that one, Juggernaut crates drop in throughout the maps. You can actually go pick them up and become a Juggernaut. We don't know how many people will be on teams for that or anything like that, but it sounds like an interesting mode. The second is called Jailbreak, where everyone gets out of the gulag at one given time. And the third is just called Team Deathmatch Anywhere, which is presumed to be a 50v50 team deathmatch game on the Warzone map. That one's, I think, no surprise to anyone, and something that they'll definitely be adding eventually. But my guess would be it's probably not 50v50, more likely 75v75, hence the 150 people per game. But we'll have to wait to see for that. But those are all of the leaks for Season 4. It's a lot. There's a ton of leaks for Season 4. And like I said, if you want to read all of them, the link for that is down in the description. And like I said, there is a lot to read there on that Reddit article, so check it out. Also, guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, found it informative, it is always appreciated if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, want to stay on top of everything Call of Duty, the best way to do so is make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you turn notifications on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace out.
Listen!